Yeah, the atmosphere is a bit of a horror, but I hear the food here is amazing. Yeah, I've been dying to eat here. Good evening, folks. Welcome to L'Apocalypse. Have you dined with us here before? Yeah, actually, I came in like late 2008, early 2009, just for drinks, but this will be my first time having the full menu. Yeah, I heard about you guys back in 2001, but it's my first time in. I'm really excited. All right, well, welcome back and welcome in. A couple things to know about dining here at L'Apocalypse. It is a menu du jour, so it is prepared fresh daily by our Michelin star rated chef. He specializes in destruction and death and general despair, and we have some really excellent dishes for you to enjoy this evening. Why don't we begin? I can tell you a little bit about the appetizers that you can choose from. Does that sound okay? All right, so tonight the chef wanted to start the evening by playing with the theme of long-term slow global destruction through climate change. So we have two really excellent appetizers for you to choose from. First, we have an Australian wildfire derived from the costliest natural disaster in Australian history and garnished with a inaccurate viral meme that is excellent. And second, we have a new twist on an old classic, unprecedented melting of the polar ice caps, but in a signature laughatpat fashion, largely ignored due to more pressing crises. So what can I start you out with? I do love the flavors of inaction with the melting ice caps, but I mean, this wildfire with the viral meme sounds exciting. What do you think? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, the polar ice caps melting just doesn't really, I don't know, excite me. But the wildfire, I mean, that sounds kind of like smoky and destructive, doesn't it? I mean, I guess I would want to know, like, did the wildfire just destroy land or did some animals die as well? Great question, and I'm happy to say that literally billions of terrestrial vertebrates died to make this dish. Ooh, delightful. Should we just go for it then? Sure, why not? Okay, we'll start with the wildfire then. Excellent. Can I recommend anything to drink this evening? Do you have something that would pair nicely with tonight's entree? Well, we do have a classic bottle of corporate greed and corruption with notes of stagnant wages and loss of workers' rights that I think would pair really excellently with tonight's meal. But I would personally have to recommend a bottle of the broken healthcare system. I mean, people are raving about how overpriced it is. I mean, literally millions of families are going bankrupt for it. So the bottle of the broken healthcare, is that sourced from a government-run program? Because I'm not a big fan of flavors of like equal access. No. This is actually a really excellent bottle of broken healthcare. It's actually sourced from a system where healthcare is tied to employment, which is why I think it's going to pair so excellently with tonight's entree. But you can be assured it doesn't have any of those kind of sharper, harsher flavors of equal access or fair prices. It has those nice, smooth, rounded flavors of, huge profit margins and people falling through the cracks. Ooh, that does sound good. But also the bottle of corporate greed, I mean, that is a classic. Yeah, that's true. I mean, look, we never eat out anymore. Like, really, we never eat out anymore. Should we just get both? Should we just be bad and get both? Okay, you know what, we're just gonna go for it and get both, why not? And just the 2 glasses are fine. I'm kind of interested to see how the flavors of the two mix anyways. A bottle of the broken healthcare and the corporate greed. Excellent. You will be enjoying l'apocalypse before you even realize it. Hi guys. Are you enjoying everything so far? Honestly, a bit too much. All right, well, are you folks ready to hear about tonight's entree? Yeah, I mean, if it's like the appetizer, we will be riveted. I mean, like, totally immobile. Excellent. Well, tonight we are offering a lab-to-globe virus sourced from China that our chef is calling a global pandemic. It's a base of novel coronavirus, again, sourced from China, with a baked-in government lockdown, served with sautéed job loss and death, and a reduction of social media censorship, and the greatest upward movement of wealth in American history. And the really kind of clever twist with this dish is that when the chef bakes in the government lockdown, it brings forth the flavors of increased child, spouse, and elder abuse, as well as skyrocketing drug overdose death and suicide, kind of just bringing together a really cohesive signature l'apocalypse dish that I must say I think will pair really excellently with either the bottle of the broken healthcare or the bottle of corporate greed. I mean, either way, I think this meal will be to die for. Oh, wow. I really was not expecting this. It sounds terrifyingly superb, though. Although I did want to ask about the government messaging in this dish. Yes, I'm glad that you asked. Maddeningly inconsistent, actually. In fact, this dish gets political in ways that your taste buds never could have imagined. Oh, excellent. I'm so excited. Yeah, I don't mean to be a picky eater here, but is there any form of like government aid for the people in this dish? It's just like if there aren't evictions and lines around the block for food banks, I'm gonna feel a little sick. Yes. The chef did tell me that he used a one-time $1,200 payment to families in this dish, but because it cooks for so long, that shouldn't prevent any sort of eviction or starvation, so you should be totally fine. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I mean, look, you can never be too careful these days. It seems like everybody's using it in their dishes for political points, you know? But so long as the people are suffering, I think I'll be fine. I totally understand your concern, but never at l'apocalypse. All right, I'll be back with your guys' entrees. Hi, folks. How's everything tasting so far this evening? Oh my God, everything tasted despair. I'm so full. I mean, I really don't think I could take anything else. Like, really anything else. Well, we do have a dessert course, and we're gonna bring it out, whether you like it or not. Oh man, well, what do you have this evening? Well, tonight I am very pleased to offer you a delightful selection of riots. What do you guys like? Do you prefer a racial equity narrative with some burned buildings, or a proto-fascist takeover involving a horned gentleman leading a group of people up the steps of Congress? They both sound appealing. I think I'll go with the racial equity narrative, but would it maybe be possible to have giant corporations hijack the movement as a way to cover up their mistreatment of workers? I'll have to check with the kitchen on that, but I don't think that would be a problem. Wonderful. Thank you. And for you, sir? I feel like I've been having the racial inequality, police brutality thing for hundreds of years. So you know what, I'm gonna try the proto-fascist takeover tonight. Thank you. I really doubt that you ever tried the inequality. Okay, I will get that cosplay coup right out for you. I'll be right back.
It's like people sitting in a restaurant being like, I enjoy this type of chaos. Oh, you like that chaos? I like this chaos. Ah, interesting. And just people tasting wine. A sommelier comes over, the sommelier of the apocalypse. And he's like, what do you like? What do you like? Do you like a racial equity narrative with some burned buildings and some chase police? Or would you like a proto-fascist takeover involving a horned gentleman leading a group of people up the steps of Congress? And people are like, they both sound appealing.